At this time, we're moving into January of 2020. Now, no longer the fall of 2019. We haven't really discussed whether or not the crime in the neighborhood was continuing or on the rise. Can you give us a little bit of your understanding of what the level of crime was around this time and across October, November, December?
Yeah, so it was steady, I guess would be the best way to explain it. It was steady. The house on 220 around October was when it was apparent, when you were hearing that Mr. English had stuff stolen out of his boat out of there, expensive stuff. And he put a surveillance system up, and they were catching people going into the house.
How did you learn about the surveillance system?
Once again, from my parents and hearing from it on Facebook.
Okay, parents and Facebook.
Yeah.
All right.
And neighbors. Mr. Albenzi told me, he said that they had somebody in there. He saw him on the camera, but that's as far as I went with that. At
this point in January of 2020, we've got crime in the neighborhood, okay? We've got suspicion in the neighborhood. At this point, had that at all begun to narrow into a particular person?
It was starting to, yes. Having this point, the 220s constantly being broken into, then they have videos of people. Now starting to think, all right, there may be somebody or a pair of people that are constant, that is the one that's continuing to come into this neighborhood.
All right.
Instead of random acts of burglary.
Okay. Did you have any experience yourself with 220 Satilla?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us when that was?
It was on February 11th,
Okay.
around 7:30 in the evening.
All right. Tell us what you were doing on February 11th around 7:30 in the evening.
All right. Just finished eating dinner. Decided to go fill up my work car.
Which is?
That was a little Volkswagen Jetta, 04, 05, somewhere around there. Instead of having to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to fill it up, I just fill it up in the evening, come back, and be done with it. Left the house, turned on Satilla Drive, and started heading out of the neighborhood.
All right, stop there. Do you see where your house is approximately on this map? Is this in y'all's way? It's not. It might be for one of them. Let me move this forward just a touch. Can you lean forward and see it?
Yeah.
Your house is
Yes,
one of these.
That's it.
Here.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You were here.
Yep.
Where did you go?
I came out, turned on Satilla, take a left.
Okay.
Yep. And then made it to about where the S is on Satilla Drive.
Okay. All right. What did you said you made it to about there, and then what?
So as I'm driving down the neighborhood, I see someone run across the street.
All right. From what side to what side?
Came from the...
Here you are, down here. You're saying you're coming up Satilla. You make it to about the S. Mm-hmm. And what do you see?
I see someone run from the right side to the left side.
This side?
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, I'll tell you where.
Yep, go ahead.
Go to the next house, between those two houses right there.
Right here?
Yep, and ran directly across the street.
Okay.
And then into the yard. That was it.
How far back into the yard?
I didn't see them until I went further up, so they went out of sight.
Okay, you come further up.
Once I got to Jones, the house, Senator Jones.
Okay.
The house went up from 220.
Okay, here?
There. Yes.
This house here? Is this 220 here?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
So that house there that you put the X on,
Yes.
at the furthest corner away, which
Here?
was where the driveway was, I saw that individual that ran across the road was was right there at their bushes, running across their driveway.
When you say bushes, do you mean bushes down here by the road?
No, close to the house.
Okay, bushes close to the house.
It's a Spanish-style house, so they have like a terrace or a open veranda in front.
In front, little courtyard?
Yeah, courtyard. So
And where did you see this person go when they crossed the street?
I lost sight of him until I saw him right at the driveway of that house.
Okay.
So yeah, that was the path that he'd taken.
And how far back off the road was this person, would you estimate?
He was close to the house, so probably 20, 30 feet.
All right, so this distance being 20 to 30 feet off the road.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Did you see anything else?
Yeah, so I don't have my lights on him. I don't have my lights on him at the time.
Yeah.
But as I'm coming out, I've come to a stop at this point, and he is staying in the shadows, obviously trying to avoid being detected. Detected. He's, lack of better terms, lurking. He was creeping. Wasn't in a run. It was just creeping through the shadows. If there's a shadow running through here, he'd run with it and then go to it, and he was staying close to the house.
Okay.
I said, what's going on here? So I stopped. I was right at Jones Till, and I backed my vehicle up to him, turning onto that house.
You said you backed your vehicle up to him. What do you mean?
I'm sorry. I was putting the back side of my vehicle up Jones, and as I was doing, I was swinging my lights.
Okay.
On him when he was in front of that house at that time.
Is this kind of accurately depicting what we're talking about?
Yes.
This being your car?
That's correct.
Okay.
And then I'm swinging it as he's coming to 220.
He's moving this way?
Yep.
Okay.
So there was a tree between 220 and that house, and it was real close to the corner of that house. He went between that, stayed in the shadows there, and then I stopped, and it was obvious that he was aware that I've caught him, have put the lights on him.
Okay.
So he comes out of the shadows, gets into a wall, just kind of stands up, and then run like a jog almost into the shadow that the portalet was making.
Where's the porta potty?
Portalet was on the corner of 220.
Okay.
Between. So he's 20 or 30 feet behind the portalet coming from that house. This is, again, obviously, he's aware that I am aware that he's there, had lights on him. I get out of the vehicle, it's a standard car, so I put it in parking brake on, step out of the vehicle and was going to ask him what he's
Sorry.
doing.
What do you mean by standard car?
It's a stick shift.
Okay. Go ahead.
Shift. I get out of the vehicle. He's trotting to me
All right. Stop. Why are you getting out of the vehicle?
to see what he's doing, to ask him what he's doing, maybe run him off.
Okay.
I haven't seen him before.
Okay.
At all.
Did he wave at you?
No, he didn't.
Did he try to talk to you?
No, he didn't.
Like,
That's
I
why I
lost
was
my
thinking.
dog or anything like that? Okay. So what happened? You step out?
I step out to ask him, to see what's going on, to get an idea what's happening. As he comes out of the shadows from behind that portalet, he comes directly to me. I'm out of the door, and he comes out and he pulls up his shirt and goes to reach in his pocket or waistband area, going for his pocket. I thought it was pocket at first, but later on it didn't make sense, because if you're going to reach for your pocket, you would go for the pocket that's on whichever side you're on.
Okay.
He reaches like this.
So what happened at that moment?
It freaked me out. So once I realized what's going on, that he is doing this, and I'm under assumption that he's armed, I jump back in the vehicle. He turns around and runs into the house.
Okay.
Into the 220, the house at 220.
All right. So from the porta potty, coming forward, then he goes into the house.
Yeah, he stopped. Once I jump back into my vehicle, he just turns and goes into the house.
All right.
It's not it wasn't like a full sprint. It was, he's gone, let me continue what I'm doing.
Okay. What did you do at that moment?
Well, it startled me. It freaked me out. So I don't know if I had my phone in the vehicle or not. It wasn't there. I didn't have a gun on me. He's gone. I'm just getting the hell out of there. I just wanted to leave, make sure, because I don't know where he's at this point. I go to jump in the car to take off to the house. I forget the parking brakes on. I stall the vehicle out, crank the car back up, and get to turn and go back to my home.
Okay. What did you do once you got to your home?
So once I got home, I believe my dad was in the garage, or the garage door was open.
Okay.
Or may have been in the kitchen. I told him what just happened, and I had two phones, had my regular phone and my work phone. And best I could remember what I was doing was going to grab a phone. Well, I told Dad, I said, hey, there's somebody, I just caught somebody lurking at the neighbor house and just went into 220. So he comes out and I'm assuming his arm and goes down the road.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop you there. When did you call the police?
I did.
All right.
Yeah.
Where are you when your dad starts to walk down the street?
I was at my vehicle. I was at the driveway.
Okay. Did you say anything to your dad?
Yeah, I told him to wait. I said,
Why?
hold on a second. I don't know what's happening. I'm assuming this guy's armed. And Dad, he had a stroke a couple months earlier, 2-3 months earlier, and which everything's fine, but you're concerned about him. If somebody,
Does he have any other health issues?
Yeah, he's got a busted hip, or he's actually had a total hip replacement, and he's had a couple heart attacks. And
Okay. So you say, Dad, wait.
yeah, wait, and he's walking on down the road. He's going on down the road.
All right, what do you do?
So I go in, grab the keys to my truck, and grab one of my guns, which was at the safe, which was in the garage right there. Get out, get down to the road where Dad is. I'm calling 911 at the time. By the time the operator picks up, I pull up to 220. And at that time, my father and I wasn't aware who it was at the time. Another neighbor Dad was interacting with. I didn't know who it was. It ended up being Diego Perez.
All right, I'm going to pause you there.
Okay.
And let me pull up. Exhibit 163.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
It's Attila Drive, 230 Attila Drive.
What's going on?
We've had a string of burglaries. I was leaving the neighborhood, and I just caught a guy running into a house being built 2 houses down from me.
Travis, do you hear the way you sound?
Yes.
What are we hearing?
I was still scared. I was breathing heavy. I was still alarmed, I guess, would be the best way to explain it.
When I turned around, he took off running into the house.
Okay. What did he look like?
It's a black male, red shirt, white shorts.
And you said the house was being built?
It's being built. Yes, ma'am. It's vacant right now. He is in the house.
Why did you tell the 911 operator that you had a string of burglaries happening in the neighborhood?
Well, that was apparent. And then I guess going into it that him going into that house, that then knowing that that house has been the one that's been breaking in and everything's been stolen, or stuff's been stolen in there, that there's a connection to this. And I think that's why.
What did you think he might be doing in the house that night?
I think he was going back and stealing, breaking in, burglarizing.
What's your name and phone number, sir?
Travis McMichael, 912-423-1374.
All right. Where are you at now?
And that's you breathing?
That was me breathing, yes.
Right across the street in my truck, watching the house with it right now. Right here at the
Okay.
All right, so you say you're sitting in your truck and you're watching the house. What does that mean?
So, like I said, my dad was on down there by the time I got my phone and called 911. It was just a second to get there. You heard me whistle right there. I saw the police coming, and I was trying to get attention to my father, and it turned out to be Diego, to say, hey, the police are right here. I don't want anything to happen to them, think that they're the ones breaking in.
All right, stop. Did you go in the house?
I did not.
Why not?
Because I didn't know, I lost sight of the individual that just went in there, and he acted like he may have been armed. I'm not going to follow him in there. I'm not going to chase or investigate somebody that may be armed, and I don't have any reason to go into that house.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.